Hey everybody, it's Brickwaffle here, and today's video is actually not what I expected to bring to you today. You can see that I've got a bunch of rubber bars here and a bunch of jungle wood planks, and I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But what I had just spent the last better part of an hour recording was an airship Let's Build. Unfortunately, the program I was using to record that video decided that after about 40 minutes of recording, it would just eat that file and delete it. So I'm starting over now, and hopefully you guys enjoy this as much as you would have enjoyed that. I did at least build the airship, and I'll show you that shortly. But you can see here that we have some other exciting news that's going on. We have some blaze rods here, quite a bit of coal, some bones, and a few necrotic bones, and even a couple of wither skulls. You might be able to hear that in the distance or see it on the mini-map, but I do have a spawner farm set up. And this is something we had done on the previous server. I wanted to get back to that as soon as I could, so let's go take a look at that. So right out here you can see that we have a lever, and this lever controls a piston down here that controls the redstone that powers these soul cages. And you can see we do have some wither skeletons in there, including those little wither skeleton skulls that sometimes drop off. Those things are pretty annoying. They like to fight against the conveyor belts for a while. Eventually he will give up and randomly go back into the spikes. It just does take some time, unfortunately. They tend to leap around pretty quickly. It's a little scary. But this works, and I've got a blaze spawner and a wither skeleton spawner in there. It took a long time to get the wither skeletons killed for that, but blazes are not too bad. Once you hit a blaze spawner with a soul shard, it gives you 200 kills. So all I had to do is go around a fortress, find a couple of blaze spawners, and get that guy set up out here. Wither skeletons do take quite a bit longer to work. But now that that's in place, we do have a pretty steady source of all the materials you saw earlier. Now, I believe I covered this in one of my first videos, but we do have an automatic cotton farm out here using the Ender farming station and some solar power. We've actually augmented that with a magmatic dynamo, since we have infinite magma from the nether, well, nearly infinite, and that's also powering this rubber farm. This is another farming station from Ender.io, and what this does, you'll probably see every now and then a rubber tree grows up, and then it's immediately disintegrated, or very nearly immediately disintegrated. You see some Ender particle effects, and all of that gets put into this chest. Some of it gets piped out into these redstone furnaces, and this took a lot of materials to make 2 resonant redstone furnaces, but that will take all the rubber that comes out of that and smelt it into bars. The rest of this takes the plain rubber logs and uses a sawmill to give us jungle planks and 1 rubber back each time. We do have a filter on here that we just don't need any more saplings. Actually, I don't even think... That's interesting. Why is it... Oh, is it filtered on this side? Okay, so it's extracting saplings from this side with a filter and trashing those, and that's pretty much it. So this thing runs all day and just starts accumulating us rubber bars. That gives us all the plastic sheets we need to build more of these factory blocks and machine frames, that sort of thing. We also have been running these day blooms and nightshades from Botania with a mana spreader into this mana pool, which is now full, and we have a petal apothecary here, and so that allows us to do some interesting things. We've got a fair amount of living rock and living wood, I believe is what it's called. We'll have to go check that later. But we're going to play around with some of that. There are some really nice things you can do with the Botania mod, one of which is to make mana pylons. So each of these mana pylons counts as 15 levels of bookshelves around an enchanting table. So you can see that here we've got 60 levels around an advanced enchanting table. So we have some pretty nice enchants on our armor. Unfortunately, you cannot enchant the Tinker's Construct tools, but we do have some other weapons, as you can see from Mine and Blade. We have a diamond spear that's been enchanted, and a diamond shield that's been enchanted as well. Looking out towards the village, we haven't done a whole lot yet, other than we put in this little area for making soul shards. So all this takes now, that we've gone to the end, is a piece of glowstone, and then you right-click that glowstone in the middle of the diamond, and you get a soul shard. And of course, this is the thing that I was going to spend the entire video on, which is our new airship. So we built one, and it's not quite centered. I had a hard time landing it again, but we did something a little bit different. Instead of having the big balloon on top, we put some nice wings with some stripes on them, and we made the floor of the center of the vehicle out of these brown air balloons as well, so that it maintains that 40% of air balloons. We've got a barrel of coal here, which we can now restock from our wither farm pretty easily. In fact, we probably should do that here relatively soon. A couple of wooden crates in case we want to capture some villagers if we can get them on there. And of course seating for friends, because what's the point of taking the airship out if you can't take your friends with you? So let's mount this ship up and we'll take it for a little spin. And you can see that I have a ridiculous hat and tail, but this thing moves pretty quickly with 2 engines. It does burn through quite a bit of coal when doing that, and it can be a little bit laggy. But the idea of this is it's not supposed to be efficient. It's really not even a great way to go around and capture items. If you have golden bags of holding or golden lassos, or really even a tesseract would be great. You really don't need an airship to go and gather materials. They are just fun, especially if you're trying to take a group of people to go do something. Like if you want to go far away from everywhere to kill the Wither with some friends, you could use this ship and drag everybody over there with you. That would be pretty easy to do. And then everyone sticks together. They're all in the same place when they're done, and they have a good time. Also, quite honestly, I love airships. I think these are the coolest things that you've had in Minecraft in a long time. I think the mod is an awesome idea. If I had very few other mods, this would be in my top 5 mods that I would want on modded Minecraft server. So now we're going to try to really badly slow down and more or less center ourselves over where I think that is, and then we're going to try to sink back down, oops, using the right button. And I think I need to be over just a little bit on that and sink back down again. Let's see if we can come over this way. And let's see how we did. Oops, that one down. And let's align and then disassemble. And did we line it up right? We made the exact same mistake we had before, so that's pretty good actually. I managed to put it in the same place twice. However, that'll do for now. And you can see that, and it's going to now fill up those tanks. So we used just about 20 coal for that little short jaunt over towards the village and back. Not really the most efficient thing in the world, but I think it looks pretty neat. I did something a little bit different here. I put some channels in and made the wings kind of hang down low like that. I know it might look a little strange. I think it looks pretty decent. It'll be pretty obvious what that is when you see it flying around. I don't really want to go too ultra-modern and do the flying saucer thing that I've seen some folks do, or kind of starship-looking things. We might consider that in the future. But we also do have Flans mod on this server, so if we really wanted to make a helicopter or a jet, we can just make one. That's probably not going to be anytime soon, but that will definitely be coming in another video. So for now, let's go inside and we'll take a tour of one more area in the base. So you've got our portal network set up. That's pretty good. We've got our auto crafting table that you've seen before, and our storage area that we've seen, which is doing pretty well. And on the very bottom level, we're starting our machine shop. So thanks to the exploit that Zoomovoid pointed out, where you can disenchant bows and get hundreds of levels, we've now got quite a bit of liquid experience stored. There's actually, this is 2 deep, so that's, what is that, 6 times 3, 18 tanks. So 288,000 millibarrels of liquid XP, so we should be good for a while. Anytime we want to drink out of that, we certainly can, and then go enchant our gear. Our crystal station here for ME2. Sonata Block's been doing a lot of work on getting the deep storage network set up. Once he's done, he's going to help us get some cables or maybe some wireless and run that together. And of course our resonant magma crucible, which seems to be having some power flicker issues, but is working to produce both resonant ender and destabilized redstone. When it looks like that's not connected back up correctly. So let's try, actually let's just take that out and put it back. It's probably the easiest thing to do. I believe that Sonata Block came over here to use this and probably hooked up a separate tank to that. That would be my guess. That would make sense. So let's see. Induction smelter. Man, all this power is... Okay, it's just the tooltips being weird. Alloy smelter. A wireless charger, which is pretty handy since we have a couple of our ender swords. A pulverizer. And then this is our chest for collecting dust. That's really it for now. We've got room to expand down here. We are going to put in a server room of some kind and do some more deep storage. But you can see that in the time I've been on, we've already gotten 4 wither skulls. This is outstanding. We're going to have beacons in no time. So we're going to get, next step is to find a place to kill the nether, or kill the nether, that would be exciting. Kill the wither. We'll probably use one of the nether crusher rooms, put him up in the nether ceiling if we can find one, and be able to farm up our wither skeletons that way. I know that's a little bit short, but really that's all I have. Unfortunately, the other video that like I said, got eaten. So I'm sorry about that. I will try and get you a better, longer video next week. Please do let me know what you guys would like to see. I know I've been doing a few of these Modsauce Let's Plays. I had intended to do a Let's Build. I know those can be a little bit more interesting sometimes, just to kind of see the creative process. If there's a tutorial you'd like me to do, please do suggest that. Really, I would love to just see more comments about what you guys would like. I know some of you have posted asking if you can join the server. Unfortunately, it is not a public server right now. These servers are difficult to set up and maintain. It's hard enough keeping the patience of my real-life friends right now. When we have a Modsauce pack that is a little bit more stable and I've got enough people that are interested in joining that we might be able to fund a server with donations, that's probably when I'll open up the public server. I do appreciate the support. I know you guys are excited about this. And I really do, again, thank you very much for all the kind comments I've gotten on these videos so far. It really does encourage me to keep making them. So if you like this video, please do give it a like. If you really enjoyed them, then please subscribe. And as always, I've been Brick Waffle. Thank you for watching.